want to let him give you an update on what's happening on a day-to-day level.
Thank you, Sally. Mayor Potter, Commissioners. The city and county, as you know, have been working very diligently with our not-for-profit provider partners, Human Solutions and Join, to open a family-focused seasonal warming center at 81st and Halsey. That opened on December 8th and has been serving families nightly since. We're working urgently with the County Department of Community Justice and with Transition Project Inc. to open an additional adult-focused warming center site at a downtown location in a county building that will open tomorrow night. Each of these warming centers will be open 7 nights a week through the duration of the winter, making it a predictable, consistent resource for people who need a place to come in throughout the winter months. That's due almost entirely to the foresight and of council providing the resources to be able to open that. We thank you for your work on that and your commitment. In addition to our city and county funded seasonal warming centers, BHCD coordinates with the Red Cross to open severe weather warming centers on nights when predicted weather conditions pose an imminent threat to health or safety for unsheltered people. BHCD mobilized the Red Cross to open warming centers at Central City Concerns Estate Hotel at Northwest 3rd and Cooch, and the Portland Foursquare Church at Southeast 13th and Ankeny beginning on Saturday, December 13th. They've continued operations nightly since, and we anticipate with the severe weather continuing throughout the middle of next week, they will be open during that time as well. During the daytime, an essential network of day centers throughout our city are opening their doors, often for expanded hours. There are many of them. They include Daybreak at Julia West House, St. Francis Dining Hall, Join, Human Solutions, the Salvation Army Safe Day Center, Downtown Chapel at St. Vincent de Paul, New Avenues for Youth, Outside In, Sisters of the Road, and Blanchet House, among others. Many area shelters have voluntarily expanded their shelter capacity overnight during severe weather as well. Those include the Portland Rescue Mission, City Team Ministries, Human Solutions Daybreak Shelter Network, and Union Gospel Mission. Other providers have additionally suspended normal daytime operations to expand their day center capacity. Those include the Portland Rescue Mission and Salvation Army Harbor Light, as well as the Union Gospel Mission. There have been exemplary outreach efforts over the past week. Staff at agencies like Join, Janus Youth, Cascadia's Project Respond, and Can We Help have been literally combing the streets often until the early hours of the morning, looking for individuals who are hunkered down, making sure they have the gear they need to make it through the night, and working with those who don't to get into our warming centers. There are many agencies, though, that I'd like to bring your attention to today who have gone very far above and beyond the call of duty in this situation, particularly several of our partners. First and foremost, though, we need to acknowledge the work that the Red Cross is doing. Not only their professionals that are coordinating this emergency response, but I think most importantly, the volunteer resources that they've drawn on from the community. The volunteers of the Red Cross are keeping these warming centers open every night. They are saving lives, and we owe them a great debt of gratitude. In addition, many agencies have stepped up and provided exemplary service, particularly the staff at Central City Concern, Join, TPI and Human Solutions, Can We Help from Father's House Ministry, again, as Commissioner Fish mentioned, Dennis Lundberg of Janus Youth. TriMet has been an exceptional resource for us. They've allowed shuttles from each of the warming center sites to the other to make sure that we can meet capacity. They've also been available to roll out buses as emergency overnight warming centers should we overflow our capacity at the existing centers. It's been a critical resource. The Portland Office of Emergency Management, 211, the Portland Business Alliance, and the Fire and Police Bureaus are coordinating this work. We have some very specific needs that we have identified immediately. Most important is the need for additional volunteer capacity. We'll be working closely with Commissioner Fish's office and our partners at home to put out the call for additional volunteers. People interested in volunteering with the Red Cross can work through Hands on Greater Portland, their website, to sign up. We also have a strong need for blankets, sleeping bags, tarps, tents, any donation that the community can bring forward. And again, we'll work together to make sure people in the community know where those resources can be provided. As Sally said, this is an evolving response, as with any emergency response. We're looking daily at the needs that are identified and working extraordinarily quickly to attempt to meet those needs. And we look forward to any advice or counsel that you can offer here today. And we look forward to your ongoing partnership as we address this critical need in our community.
There are a few people in the audience. There are many more that are out on the streets right now or serving people who are homeless, but there are a few people in the audience, if they'd be willing to stand so we can acknowledge them. Eric Corliss and Kelly Scott from Red Cross. Mr. Gio is here from Can We Help. Is there anyone else here that's been working on the severe weather response? No, Northwest Pilot Project is here.
So many of these people are literally on the streets right now doing the work, the good work that they've been doing throughout this emergency.
Thank you folks very much for letting me do that.
If you wouldn't mind, I'd like to observe and make a couple of observations. I want to first thank you for doing this work and coordinating it. Mr. Fish is absolutely right when he says that this effort has saved lives. There's no doubt that the work you've done, and particularly the coordination with the police and fire bureaus who I know have actually volunteered to open up some of these centers earlier than what they were otherwise open. And so I want to acknowledge Commissioner Fish and Mayor Potter for leading two bureaus where you have people that are empowered on the front lines to use their best judgment. That doesn't always happen, and it's very heartwarming. But I think it's also important to acknowledge and observe that while we are providing these shelters at night for people, they have to leave in the morning. And as we all know, the temperatures have hovered in the mid-20s during the day. So it really, I want to put in context this work that Commissioner Fish is leading to build a day access center in our community. This is an example of why it is so important to have a day access center for people to go to keep warm, because though they may be warm at night, what do they do during the day? None of us know the answer to that right now. So I think it's really important to have people understand why this effort is so important and why the work Commissioner Fish is doing needs to be supported by all of us.
Thank you, Commissioner Leonard. And if I may, Mayor, I think from this presentation you can tell why I'm so proud of the work that our homeless czar, Sally Erickson, is doing, and also Ryan Dybert. Ryan's been working 18-hour days through the weekend to make sure that this fragile system we've, in essence, cobbled together is working for the benefit of our most vulnerable citizens. But we would not have this system in place if we did not enjoy the strong support of this council and the leadership of all three of you in different capacities, including the mayor-elect, who was on TV over the weekend telling people where the shelters were and where they could go. There has been an unprecedented mobilization of people to try to deal with this weather emergency. We would not be here celebrating progress were it not for the new money, the new dollars that both the city and the county have put into this system. And that's important because we've not diverted $1 away from other existing programs. This is new money that the city and the county have put into this. But I will tell you that as proud as I am of our initial response, we know that we can do better. And in fact, in conversations with a number of my colleagues and the advocates, we've gotten some positive feedback about how we can enhance the system. Commissioner Leonard, your idea of extending hours, Mayor-elect's idea that we should extend hours to provide more coverage, is something we take seriously. So we're grateful that with the support of the mayor and the mayor-elect, we'll be convening a meeting with Carmen Merlo from POEM, who is especially skilled in helping people create systems around emergency planning. And Carmen is going to use her good office to help convene all the players that we've identified who are working on the ground to make this happen, and help us understand better ways of communicating, creating structure, and then meeting the additional needs going forward. And so we're appreciative of that collaboration as well. We have a lot more work to do, but I will tell you, with these two individuals playing a leadership role in leading the city's efforts, I think that the most vulnerable people in our community can know that we are doing everything we can to address this. So thank you.